kick you out into the back.
Contact free! Close, it's free!
To the back Donington just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.
Hello, race fans, and welcome to the V8 Supercar Americas Series presented by V8 Online. I'm JD Smith. With me tonight will be Kane Kraft as we bring you round 2 of the 2015 Season 2 season. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen, heading out to Donington. And a pretty much anticipated race ever since we saw the schedule. Excited to be here, guys. It's round 2. We're going to head out real quickly and shortly to qualifying. But before we do, how are we, Kane?
Doing great. Looking forward to round 2. Last week, the round opener was about as exciting as we could hope for. It was pretty intense. It's just as we expected. We really expected this second season coming in here to be pretty exciting. And so far it's been. The guys really had a good race last night. I do got a picture of the top 10 from last night. If I can find it here. Should be right. Where is it?
Well, you're hunting for the top 10 from last night. We also want to welcome Jim Davey to the broadcast. He's here with us for moral support and to help out. How are you, Jim?
Hey, now I'm doing good. How y'all doing? I'm looking forward to this race. It's one of my favorite tracks. It's going to be a great race to watch. We went to 3 splits, so I'm a little disappointed with that. It's a little smaller field, but that just means there's more participants all around, and that's great for the series.
Boy, it really is. Let's talk a little bit about the format of the race tonight. Of course, we have the qualifying that we're fixing to be into real shortly. And
all right, I'm throwing that picture away. We're going to just go on.
All right, you heard it from Kane, but a little bit more about the race. It is 24 laps tonight. Going to be more of a sprint-type run tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a short track, just under 2.5 miles, 24 laps, no pit stops. Everybody's going to be going hard from the start. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, man. We had a wonderful week last week for those that didn't remember. It was a great way to start off our Season 2. And, man, I'm just so excited to see what we have in Race 2. The first race jitters are out of the way. Now it's down to business. We're really going to start to see who's who in this series and who's really going to be a threat to try to get this championship and take it away from the defending champ, Marlon McMullen.
Well, speaking of... looks like they're out on track right now trying to do their qualifying runs, and everybody's just doing their opening laps at the moment, trying to get something down so they aren't at the back.
Boy, that just shows you how slow my computer is. I'm still loading, and it's about to pop in any second now. But, Kane, we have pictures on the broadcast, sir? Uh-oh. Kane, do you have a copy with us, buddy? Oh, that's what I like to hear. Sounds great, my man. The guys are out getting ready for this one. They're all on opening laps at the moment, like we just heard from Jim. And let's look at some of the guys, some of the big names in the entries in the race tonight. We have Vail Riches, last week's winner. He is back for more action tonight, and he's looking good in the Tyrula Holden. Marlon McMullen will be back in the Grip TV Holden. Sean Kelly returns in the TTR Trans-Tasmanian Racing Holden. Beautiful-looking car. Bo Cattell back this week. Good to see him back in his Holden. Chad Chastain returns as well in the Simpit Ford Falcon. Curtis Chipaway is back in his Holden. Michael Cracknell back, of course, in the Simpit Holden. Marty Carroll in his Ford Falcon Simpit. Luis Gonzago Filo is back in his Ford. Then we have Corey Preston returning this week in the Apexy Ford Falcon. Greg Sharp is going to be here. He'll be in the Maverick Welding Holden. Michael Healy in the TTR Ford. And Kevin Bualasa is going to be in the SP Tools Holden. Beautiful looking livery on that car. Matthew Trotman is in his Ford Falcon getting warmed up. Dale Niche returns as well. Caleb Jordan. And last but not least in the top split tonight, guys, Sanjin Delalic. And he's out in a Holden right now getting the tires warmed up. Let's get qualifying.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a couple people who have put times down so far.
Right now,
Interesting.
Sanjay
Yeah.
Delilik has the pole. That is likely to change, but you never know. And I take that back. Sanjay
Nope,
had
it's
the
the other way
slowest
around. It's the
time.
other
I
way
had it
around.
upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marlon McMullen has the fastest time. Right now, the time to beat is a 1:30.1. I don't know if you guys have been watching throughout the week. What have been some of the biggest times we've seen over the course of the week? What should we see as the potential pole time? Should we see him get down in the 129s, or you think that 1:30.1 is going to be tough to beat?
I think it'll be tough, but if somebody can get a lap together, then it might be a possibility. I wouldn't put it past someone like Curtis or even Chad. I know Chad's a little bit of a sleeper there, and if Marlon can get it together, he might be able to pull one out.
Boy, Marty Carroll just put down a good lap, 1:30.9. It gives him the 6th fastest time currently. Sean Kelly is sitting 5th fastest at the moment. So I think some of the guys just trying to get some open track going, and we'll have to keep an eye on the timer as we are already a little over 6, almost 7 minutes into qualifying. Is it 12 minutes or 10 minutes qualifying, boys?
It's 12 minutes. I have noticed that Greg Sharp hasn't come in yet. Michael Healy's going out just now for his first run, and Dale Niche still hasn't put a time down either.
Yes, a few of those.
Hearing from Jake Burton, one of the regulars who just didn't happen to get in time. 29s are going to be for the very, very top guys. Low 30s are the normal fast people times. So probably going to see the low 30s for tonight's race.
And it sounds like extremely fast to me, that's for sure.
I know, yeah.
This is exciting for those looking on. Or watching the broadcast. Welcome. We're so happy you guys are following live with us. And I would like to say that this new qualifying is amazing. It's been a wonderful addition to the series, and we saw last week added a lot of excitement. And as we continue, it will.
Speaking of Marlon McMullen, 29.958.
There it is. He has dipped down into the 129s. And that is fantastic. That is looking like a good place to be at the moment. And I tell you what, he is looking really good early in this qualifying. We're a little over halfway in qualifying, so some guys starting to feel a little bit of the pinch of pressure to get that good lap in. And we'll see what they can lay down here.
It is. I have heard from some of the people this week that the first half of the track, really, where it's really high speed, really flowing, a lot of uphill, downhill elevation changes, it's been really difficult to get the rear end locked down. So it has been a bit of a challenge for the drivers this week with the weather.
Ooh, Bo Cattell. Well, he's 3rd fastest at the moment with a 1:30.4. And his time was just faster than Chad Chastain. That'll bump Chad down to 4th at the moment. So we'll see how that holds out, guys. We just hit over the 9-minute mark. All right, let's have a look on board with Sean Kelly and have a look with him as he's got a hot lap rolling right now as we look from the cockpit. And I know Jim is a little bit more familiar with Donington's layout. Fill us in.
Yeah, so right now he's coming down towards the chicane that takes you into the hairpin extended portion of the track. On paper, it looks like a really good place to pass, but it really isn't. It's a little bit tight for people to go through there quickly. It looks like he's actually avoiding this lap. One of the things you will notice at these 2 hairpins at the end of the track, they're both a blind entry, and the last hairpin can be a bit tricky. It's really easy to lose the rear end.
It really is.
It really is. Turn 1's a good place to try to make a pass. Turn 8, turn 9, pretty good. And like the 2 hairpins are actually pretty decent spots. It's just, as usual, people have to have their heads on with them. They have to cooperate, give and take. But it's really fun, especially the first half of the track. It just flows so well. If you can get the car set up for it, it is so fast. If you can't get the car set up for it, it's a nightmare.
Right now, a lot of guys trying to get out there and get that out lap done in time so they have plenty of time to complete that hot lap again and have one more shot at it. for Michael Cracknell out on the track right now. He's currently sitting 9th in qualifying time. He's going to see if he can throw down a good lap. Michael has done well. He had a really good season last season. I'm really excited to see what he can bring to the table here in season 2. And I'd like to see him knock down a good lap here. Marlon McMullen is still your pole sitter. Corey Preston laid down the second fastest time just a little minute ago, guys. A 1:30.2 for Corey Preston. Really impressive lap. All right, guys, we are down to the final minute of qualifying here. And here it is, Michael Cracknell starting this hot lap, so we'll see what he can bring.
I will say, I'm watching Michael Healy now. He has
he-
yet to put out the time.
Mike
And
Cracknell, sorry, buddy, just going to say he did move up the table up into 7th, so he did gain 2 positions. That was a hot lap. He's going to try again, and you're watching Michael Healy?
Yeah, I was watching Michael Healy. He still hasn't put down a time. He's really pushing his luck, hoping he doesn't get an off track or anything like that in his last attempt. Because, like I said, this first section, it is nice and fast, but it is easy to pick up an off track if you take too much curve.
All right,
then
guys.
That would invalidate your time.
We officially have hit the 12-minute mark. The guys have literally 1 minute and 44 seconds left to get their laps completed. If they haven't started a new lap before the 12-minute mark, they will not be counted. So the guys that are out now are the only ones available left to catch a pole position or any qualifying time improvement. So watch as the cars try to knock off Marlon McMullen on the pole. And Marlon, of course, sitting in pits right now. Corey Preston's satisfied with his. He's in the pits. Chad is in the pits. Bo Cattell is running around. Curtis Chipaway's still running. He's currently in 5th right now. Let's see what kind of time he lays down. And Curtis Chipaway unable to improve his time to Sean Kelly getting ready to come across. Let's see what he does. Oh, he's up into 3rd as he put down a 1:30.262. Good lap from Sean Kelly. Mike Healy did grab a time as he has moved up into the 10th position. Fantastic for him to be able to put a score up here late.
Will say I'm a little surprised with Vale Riches being so far down in 8th position.
That is a shocker after the type of race that he ran last week. And here comes Caleb Jordan about to complete his qualifying lap. Let's see if he can move up from 16th. Going to be tough as his lap looks like it's a slow one. 1:32.23, that won't improve. He'll start 16th.
And Corey Preston starting up front on 2nd place. That's really good for him. I'm really happy. Should help him out for his race.
That's it. The field is set. I don't think Matthew Trotman's going to make it around in time. He will not. So this is how we're going to line up for the race. On the pole, Marlon McMullen, defending champion from season 1, is on the pole at Donington. Corey Preston will be on the outside of row 1. Row 2 is going to look like this: Sean Kelly and Chad Chastain, while row 3 will be Martin Carroll and Bo Cattell. Curtis Chipaway and Vale Riches will be in row 4. Row 5 will be Michael Cracknell and Michael Healy. 11th and 12th, that'll be Sanjin Delilah and Matthew Trotman. 13th, Greg Sharp, Dale Niche, 14th. Kevin Bualasa is in 15th, Caleb Jordan 16th, and Luis Gonzaga Filo is in 17th. And we're getting ready to grid up, guys, as we get ready to go 24 laps at Donington here in week 2.
I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, this is one of my favorite tracks. It's a whole lot of fun to drive with these V8 Supercars. I think it's a perfect match.
It's definitely a tough track. A lot to be said for this track. A couple of really tough hairpins on this track, and one of them just catches you almost by surprise.
Absolutely. It's on paper, it doesn't look that difficult, but elevation changes, different radiuses in the middle of the corners, a couple hairpins, a couple chicanes. Those hairpins are actually blind entries. It can be challenging. It's like I said earlier, if you got the setup, it's good. If you don't have the setup, it's not very fun at all.
Yeah, one of the hairpins is even sharper than what you would imagine it to be, and so it's hard to find the right apex coming into it. It's definitely a challenging track.
Absolutely. And I'm glad they went with the whole track instead of the shorter section that bypasses the 2 chicanes. It makes it a lot of fun, and it gives you some pretty good passing opportunities. Still waiting for the last couple people to grid up. I know we're waiting for Lewis to grid up. There we go.
And won't be long now as we're getting ready. And now they're getting fired up, guys, as we get ready to start here at Donington. The lights are about to go out. Here we go, green flag racing in week 2, and already it's a big start from Marlon McMullen and Corey Preston on the front row.
Look at Marty taking it 3 wide.
That run. Marty comes into 3rd place, may take 2nd. He got stuck up on the outside. He's going to have to worry about the TTR holding there on the inside. It's Sean Kelly, and it'll push him back. Now he's 3 wide, and we got to run for the lead. It's Corey Preston pushing side by side with Marty. Oh, he's got Marlon turned around. Marlon is off into the sand trap. He's going to have to get back going, boys. The Grip TV Holden is in trouble.
I believe he missed the wall, so you should at least be able to get going again and salvage something out of this.
He
All
did.
throughout the field, they're side by side, though.
He got back going in a hurry. So Marlon McMullen, all is not lost. He's back rolling, but what a tough run there from getting the pole to turned around into the trap. Side by side
We do have somebody
action.
slow coming up through turn 8 and 9 right now.
Oh, here goes a great move. Corey Preston has got all kind of traffic on him right now. He's got Sean Kelly on him. Oh, another car's going to get into trouble. It's a sim pit of Chad Chastain. He's going to get slowed down a little bit as he got spun around. I think he got a slowdown, boys, as he had a cut as he was trying to save the car from getting loose. What an incredible start to our race today. Lots of things going. Don't blink, guys. You'll miss it all. And right now it's Sean Kelly who is sitting here trying to catch our leader, Corey Preston. And I tell you what, man, this has been an unexpected start to the race. Very, very physical. Marty Carroll and Chad Chastain going side by side right now. Or, excuse me, Chad decided he'll take the spot in front of Michael Cracknell. I apologize.
I got to say, Chad was very aggressive in the first few corners, and it looks like Bocatel actually got a slowdown. That's why he's dropped down to the back of the back.
That's right. He did. He caught that slowdown. Like I said, he lost the car, and to save it, he had to shoot it across the grass, and it just a little bit of a corner cut, and it gave him a slowdown, and so that did hurt for the moment. And hopefully he'll be able to rebound quite nicely. The same with Marlon McMullen after his early race woes.
He's already up into 13th.
Oh, Bocatel's losing it again, but he did manage to save it.
Right now, Corey Preston has a nice size lead, although Sean Kelly starting to find his stride. Back in 3rd, it is Marty Carroll with Curtis Chipaway on the bound. Back into 5th.
Sorry about that, but Catel's going very slow. I'm wondering if something's going on there.
Oh, it's a pass, a car. Marty Carroll off into the grass. He's going to come back and get back in front of Curtis Chipaway. And now we got another battle here for 3rd place. And now Marty got really wide on that turn. They're going to go side by side. The inside's going to go to the holding of Curtis Chipaway. Marty with some great speed, though.
Chad Chastain is now all over Curtis.
Boy, this is insane. Curtis Chipaway sandwiched in between 2 Simpit Falcons, and he has got his work cut out for him. He has already tried to get around Marty 3 times and has been unsuccessful, as Marty has done everything in his power to make sure that he holds on to 3rd place. He's got a little bit of damage to the rear of his Simpit Falcon, boys. Not bad, but it's got a little bit of, you got to wonder.
Do want to mention Marlon's up into 11th now, so that's 6 places he's gained since the off track at the beginning. So we'll definitely keep an eye on Marlon as he gets through the field here.
Sorry about that. Looks like Bocatel is pulling into the pits. Might be calling it a day.
Yeah, some kind of issue for Bo there. I always wish I knew exactly what happened there. I always try to guess, and I always guess wrong.
I gotta say, Corey Preston is still pushing very hard.
Big trouble for Matthew Trotman as he goes off track. Somehow saved it in the grass, kept it off the tire barrier. What a move. He never slowed down. Dale Nish up is into 10th place, boys. make that 11th as Marlon McMullen has moved into 10, and he's caught Michael Healy in 9th. So Marlon is moving back towards the front, and remember, we only have 24 laps tonight. It's only lap number 3, but still, Marlon has his work cut out, but I'm real proud of him already, coming all the way up to back into the top 10 guy. Chad Chastain is working right now and trying to get his Simpit Falcon around Curtis Chipaway. Sean Kelly has inched his way closer to Corey Preston. And I tell you what, after Corey's aggressive start, he's got to do everything in his power to make sure he wins this race. He does not want to give this thing away to Sean Kelly, boys. You know that.
Oh, absolutely. I know he's, I'm sure he's not real happy with the way the start came out, but I did go back and look at it. It looks like it really just was a racing incident. The track moves a little bit, and Corey may not have been able to see that Marlon had to come over a little bit, and they just kind of ran into each other.
It's definitely one of those things you hate to see, but it's racing. It's two guys racing for the lead, and it's just one of those things, man. Now, Corey is missing his front right quarter panel, but I don't know if that's that funny glitch, boys. Remember, we had that last season.
No, that's where he and Marlon made contact.
Okay, so that is actual damage to the front right of Corey Preston's Ford Falcon, so that's not a glitch. And the guys are getting ready to start lap number 5, so keep your eyes posted, boys, as Sean Kelly continues to try to run down our leader. He's making a little bit of progress. Last lap
was, he's making about a 10th a lap.
Yeah, he got about a 10th last lap too, and you know, he's going to have to pick it up a little bit, but if he keeps chewing away, Corey makes a mistake, he's right there in the picture.
I gotta say, right behind him though, this battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th is really nice.
It is. Marty had broken away from Curtis Chipaway. Yeah, Marty had broken away from Curtis, and I look back now, and Curtis is right back in the picture. So keep your eye on Curtis Chipaway here. It's 2 Fords and a Holden going at it.
Check back on Marlon as he's made his way up into 8th place.
This might give Chad the run. Curtis is having to go defensive here, coming up to the chicane. Once again, Curtis is losing a little bit on the exit there. Chad might get one on him right here. Side by side into the hairpin.
Down on the inside, boys.
Tight hairpin.
Oh, the Simpit Falcon's going to make the pass. Chad Chastain on the inside. He has it right now.
Oh, there you go. He cleared him. He finally cleared him at the last moment.
Oh, that was a beautiful pass from Chad Chastain in the number 5 Simpit Falcon. He'll continue to work his way up as he now belongs to 4th place. He's looking ahead to teammate Marty Carroll up in 3rd.
Meanwhile, Marlon McMullen is up to 8th. He's done a great job recovering from that first lap incident.
He really has, guys. I am impressed. Really, he is not that far away from the battle we were just watching. And I believe in just a little bit's time, he'll be up there battling with his teammate, Curtis Chipaway and Chad Chastain. Chad loose. He's over into the grass. He's going to tap the tire barrier. And it looks like some damage to the right side of the USA Simpit Falcon. And Chad rejoins the track somehow. And he's going to continue going. He'll fall into the race line right in front of Sanjin Delilah, who's in 9th, or was in 9th.
Yeah, it's going to put Chad back in 8th, which it's another spot for Marlon, I'll say that. Vale Riches has managed to catch up to Michael Cracknell. They're going to be fighting for 6th here momentarily, I believe.
I'm watching Marlon literally climb ever so closer to Vale Riches here up in 7th. And it's funny because Vale Riches is trying to work on Cracknell here, and Old Crackers is doing everything he can to stay in front of this Holden here. Now, lots of action early in this one, guys. Lap 7 of 24. Lots of racing left in this one, and we've already had more action than you have sometimes in an entire race. This has been one for the ages.
Looking right now, Marlon McMullen, he's up to 7th after his incident. He is over half a second faster than the guys in front of him. As long as he can get this done, he's got lots of time left. He could get up easily top 5, if not top 3.
All right, guys, Sean Kelly has caught up to Corey Preston. He's only about a car length and a half back. So at any moment, this could be a battle for the lead. Corey Preston is starting to feel the pressure, starting to heat up.
There must have been something happen then, because Corey did have a bit of a lead over Sean. I wonder if Corey had a bit of a moment or something.
Well,
I
looking
think Sean
at his
just
last lap time,
climbed
it was a 1:31.6, which is rather slower than what Corey has been running. It's about 5 or 6 tenths off of what he's been running, a 1:30.9 on the last lap for Sean Kelly. So he gained about 6 or 7 tenths, and that's what we see right here in front of us. Sean Kelly continuing to close that gap.
Just want to bring your attention back to the battle for 4th. 4th, 5th, 6th, Vale Riches, Michael Cracknell, Marlon McMullen. Marlon McMullen has jumped 2 spots, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry we missed that.
Marlon McMullen is currently in 5th position, guys, and he already made it around both the sim pit of Michael Cracknell and Tyrula Holden of Vale Riches. And now he sets his sights on his teammate in the Grip TV Holden, Curtis Chipaway, up in 4th. So, and I tell you what, Curtis has got his sights set on Marty.
Kane, if we can do it, if you can get a replay on Marlon McMullen going into the first hairpin on lap 7, he made 2 passes in the turn.
Oh, that's incredible. Oh, boys, what a race, what a race. V8 Supercar American Series right here on V8's Online. You never know what you're going to see. Oh, Curtis
Mark Carroll's
Chipaway.
loose. Curtis is going to get it. Curtis has the preferred line for the first hairpin, but...
Here comes Curtis side by side. He's going to have the inside. Let's see if he gets it. It's a great turn in on the outside from Marty Carroll, who's going to try to hang on to 3rd place. He has done everything in his power to hang on to 3rd so far, and he'll continue. He denies Curtis again. Curtis going to go one more time, see if he can get right up there on that back bumper of Marty, and when they get down into turn 1, what will happen? He's going to look to the inside. Let's see if Marty gives him some room. Better believe not. That number 8 Sim Pit Falcon is hanging on to 3rd. Marty really wanting this podium.
Tell you what, a driver that's wanting those two to battle it out long and hard, that's Marlon McMullen back behind us. You know, he's every second that those guys are battling it out, that's slowing them down into that 1:31.5 range on their lap times. Marlon definitely running about a full second faster on a good lap, so he could reel those guys in if they keep battling.
And they are continuing to battle, I'll tell you what. They're bumper to bumper racing with those two. It's great to see.
And a quick report back out front. Corey Preston has put a few more tenths ahead of Sean Kelly for the moment. And I'll keep you guys posted on the battle out front. But right
Curtis
now,
is
it's
taking
all
a look
the
at
number
the
10.
chicane. He backed out of it, but he is setting him up for the hairpin, I believe.
Chad Chastain and Vale Riches battling for 7th. And Sean Kelly has caught back up to Corey Preston, guys. He is right back within that car lane.
Chad Chastain literally pushing Vale Riches through the turn. That really is a great battle there. Michael Cracknell, Vale Riches, Chad Chastain, all battling really hard, wanting that 6th position there from Michael Cracknell. But Mick's doing a great job to stay ahead of those guys, staying ahead of a couple of really fast guys today.
Man, is it just me or is Corey looking, I don't know, it looked like the car might have been a little loose there.
I have noticed on occasion he's been pushing really hard on corner exits and the rear end's getting loose on him. Hopefully he doesn't abuse the rear end and he has something under him for the rest of the race, because we're not even to halfway yet. I mean,
No,
that being
sir.
said, we are going pretty quick in this race.
Yeah, we still got 2 more laps till we hit the halfway point.
So hopefully he's not abusing the rear end, because it'd be a shame for him to lose out just because the tires give up on him.
Well, I'm actually proud of him right now. He's been able to.
It looks like, I was gonna say, it looks like Curtis just let it by actually, because he.
Well,
gave
they're
him a thank you.
teammates. They're teammates, and he knows Marlon is a lot faster right now, and Marlon is literally running towards the front of this field, and we're not even at the halfway point yet, guys. This is still a big possibility. If he comes back and wins this race, are you serious?
That'd be great, honestly. They'll just show that's why he was a champion last season.
Oh man,
Wow.
that would be
Times.
so great for the
Sean Kelly
haters.
going side by side with our leader right now, guys. Keep your eyes up on the TTR. They're going to go real close here, close to contact. Sean Kelly not giving up. He's got him. Down on the inside, it's the TTR Holden who takes the lead. Sean Kelly, for the first time today, has taken the lead here at Donington.
Meanwhile, Marlon McMullen is all over Marty Carroll coming down towards the chicane. Marlon's taking a look.
You know, somebody said passing was going to be difficult tonight. Somebody should have let Marlon McMullen know.
I'll let him
Man,
know
I tell you
afterwards.
what, Marty has held on to this third place, for dear life, and it's going to be hard. I can see him battling. It's going to be hard for Marlon to get around him. Marty's driving an incredible race right now.
It is,
Oh,
but
here
he
we
also.
go. He's got him.
Marlon side by side with Marty Carroll.
No, Marty with great drive out. Good exit there from Marty Carroll.
Yeah, it looks like he really has the rear end of that thing hooked up.
Yeah, but Marty also knows that Marlon has caught up to him from very last place, and so he knows that Marlon's got the speed. So Marty's not the type to just hold him back there just because. If Marlon's car is wore out
They're
enough,
doing it
Side by
right
side.
now. Here he goes. Now he's got the inside. Marty drove in a little bit too hard. They're going to go drag racing, boys, and Marty got him.
yeah,
Marty hanging on for now, but it's getting real touchy-feely up here. Whoa.
Listen
That
to
was-
some of the chat with the drivers.
Oh, what a bump from the rear. That's a little love tap right there from Marlon McMullen saying, I'm here, man. I keep bumping your rear. What's going to happen? But Marty keeps having good speed on exit.
I will say I was listening to the drivers. The first contact, Marlon didn't mean to do that. Got him a little loose. So he redressed the position very quickly because they are all about sportsmanship in this series. Here we go. He's got a good run. He might be able to get him down to the hairpin. And there is chat on the TTR spotter that Corey Preston could have had a slowdown penalty, and that's why he was able to get her past.
Oh, down on the inside, guys. Here it is. Oh,
There
Marty
it is.
got
There it
loose.
is. Marty got loose.
Marty got loose on exit.
But he
They're going to
does have
drag
the
race. The
preferred
Grip
line.
TV Holden will get him. But Marty's got
Nope.
the inside on the hairpin. Let's see what happened, boys. And Marty with an incredible drive off of the inside of the hairpin has it for now. But they're going to drag race, and it looks like Marlon may have him.
That was a great, wonderful, clean pass that took the entire lap to set up.
Man, that is some incredible racing. Right now, Marty Carroll stuck in between both Marlon McMullen and Curtis Chipaway. He does not want to regress another position here, and Curtis is really putting on the heat.
tell you what, Marlon has completely impressed me. Halfway, took him half the race to get back up into a podium position after getting put clear into last place in the first turn. So a fantastic drive for Marlon. That's unbelievable.
And Marlon has immediately been able to pull away from Marty Carroll. Oh, Curtis is taking a look at Marty now.
Yeah, Curtis has been going for a while. And these two are still going to go side by side, and it's going to be Marty Carroll who's going to be able to hang on for the moment.
Marty has looked fantastic this entire race. Of course, Marlon was able to get up there and get around, but Marlon really, he's just had a little something extra on this track. But Marty, he's really looking
right
fantastic.
Now, 8th spot, Chad Chastain side by side with Vale Riches in the chicane. And they are drag racing for the second chicane, the final turn. There's going to be almost a little bit of contact there. Chad's going to take a dive on his teammate, Cracknell.
Man, Sean Kelly is really out in front now. He caught that clean air, and his cars look really good ever since he's got out there, boys. He may be hard for Marlon to catch.
I will say this, I'm looking through the field. This is really a typical V8 race, honestly. A lot of banged up cars, but everybody's still going strong. Just goes to show iRacing, I think, has really gotten it pretty spot on with how tough these cars are. Side by side again, Chastain and Vale Riches contact. I think Vale did squeeze Chad a little bit there. This battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, very close. All this is playing into Sean Kelly's hands, though. He's just being able to pull away from everybody.
Yeah, this has proven to be a tough race, guys.
I don't know about tough. It's a great race for everybody watching.
Oh, it's a tough race, man.
Yeah, when you see Vale Riches
like
and
this.
Chad Chastain in 7th and 8th racing hard for 7th and 8th position, I mean, you know that's been a tough race.
Well, you
I'm
can tell
glad to
how
see
tough
that
it is
Chad
just
up
by
there
how
in second
banged up
spot,
the
though,
cars
after
are.
that off track. When Chad hit the wall, it could have been game over, but he's been able to fight back up to 7th. That's great.
Yeah, he really didn't do a lot of damage to the car. He just barely clipped it with that rear quarter panel. I think he was able to get right back on the track pretty quickly and only lost maybe 3 or 4 positions, I think. Took him back to 8th, I think, didn't it?
But yeah, I think it was 8th they ended up
8th or
in.
9th. And he did a wonderful job of getting back.
But how about this? Marlon McMullen is running a second faster than Corey Preston, and he's only 5 seconds back from him with 10 laps to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see if he can get up there.
Yeah, Corey's 2 seconds off of Sean Kelly, so that would be about 7 laps. Trying to do the math to see if he can get all the way up to the front. I don't know if he can get all the way to the front, but I think if he keeps running the laps that he's running, he could catch Corey.
I think we'll be able to
Sean.
catch Corey, but it's going to be hard to catch Sean. There's only about a half a second difference in their last lap.
Well, let's keep something in mind, too, boys. We've been pushing, some guys been pushing pretty hard in this race. And as we get here, the tires start to get a little bit of wear on them. We'll see how the cars handle. They already have looked real loose, and guys been really pushing to keep the cars going. If they've been abusing those tires, lap times can severely suffer, and all those numbers can change dramatically.
I would say the person that probably would have been pushing the tires the hardest probably would be Marlon, because he's had to work through all those cars, 15 of them.
But the only thing is every pass that he made, he did so quickly. They weren't long. When you look at Sean Kelly, he really battled for a minute there with Corey Preston. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. But right now, Sean Kelly out in that fresh air, he just looks really, really good. His last lap time, 131.4. Let's see what he runs this lap, 131.3. So a little bit faster this lap.
Another one I've been watching is Luis Gonzaga Filo. Noticed him last week. It was a little bit rough around the edges. Looks like he's taken that run from last week and really applied it to what he can do this week. It's been a lot cleaner. It's really great to see that he's kind of seen what he needs to do and he's been acting on it.
And that's what you want to see in this series.
It don't take long coming and running with these guys to figure out what the series is about and what you need to do with the car to keep it clean and to have good laps, and he's picking it up pretty quick. I think it won't be long. We'll be seeing him quite a bit further up the pack than the 14th that he is now. Of course, the 14th is up, considering where we're at and how hard these guys have been running today. 14th position here at Donington. It's going to be a good finish.
Yeah, you are talking about 14th spot with a bunch of guys that are really way up there in the rankings, so it's nothing to sneeze at.
Other notables here, Dale Niche up in 9th, ahead of 10th place Sanjin Delalic. These guys having a great race today, getting up in the top 10.
That's good to see, because he was really having some trouble during qualifying. He qualified all the way back to 14th out of 17 cars, so he's made a lot of improvement over the race. That's good to see.
It's been an incredible race so far, guys. Really, really impressive.
I'd say the driver that's probably having the toughest time today, probably Bill Ritchie's back in that 8th position. The simulator's got him figured for the #1 spot. He's got the #1 car, but he'll be finishing. It's 7 laps to go, and he's back in 8th place. So a tough day for Vail, but I think we got some tracks coming up in the next couple weeks that really suit Vail. So
how about
he'll
this?
He'll be able to make it up in points.
Marlon McMullen, last lap, he gained a half second on the leader and over a second on Corey Preston. If someone tell him he's supposed to be wearing out his tires, he should be slowing down by now.
That's right.
And he's not supposed to be able to pass this week. I mean, what's going on here, Marlon?
Yeah, I'm sure when he got off track, he was pretty disappointed. Oh no, I wanted a good finish today, but
I don't think disappointed would have been the word for it. I'm pretty sure he was fired up afterwards.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure an alternate word for mad would probably fit his how he felt, but he's got to be pretty pleased now, as he's 3.5 seconds off of that second place position with 7 laps to do it.
This is just showing, 3-time champion. This is what you do. You start out with a bad race, you keep digging, and look what happens.
And that's exactly right. You know, this is a time he gets to show why he was the champion 3 times in a row. He got knocked off the track in the first turn of the race, and not just knocked off the track. We've seen other people have off tracks today and just loses a couple positions. He got way off track, and it had to let every car by before he could come back on, and came back several car lengths, even back behind the last place car.
Oh no!
And he took another 8/10 out that lap on Corey. He's only 3 seconds back now.
Kevin Bualasa just spun out in the hairpin, tough break, and also the car of Luis Gonzaga Filo probably had a little bit of a slowdown. He cut. Oh no, he went completely around, boys. Just looked at the replay. Had to get on the brakes a little bit too hard going into the hairpin, locked it up, and spun her around. And so that cost him a little bit of time. I hate that for the number 9 Ford Falcon there of Luis Gonzaga Filo. That's awesome. And the Gray Monkeys team Ford Falcon. Gray Monkeys team. I love it. It's got an awesome Brazilian flag on the roof. Sweet.
A lot of passionate race drivers from there.
Oh, you better believe it, man.
They love their racing.
Out of all the countries in racing, I would almost put Brazil up there at the top, if not the top racing country out there. They are so passionate. It's amazing.
And some of them are even skilled.
Oh man, I'm gonna
Oh, he
hang
went
up
there.
now.
Sometimes they even make it past the first quarter.
Yike a rumba.
How about this? The sim pit guys running fourth or fifth, sixth, seventh.
Yes, sir. And Chad Chastain is 6th right now. And, you know, it's been fun watching him come back after his love tap with the tire barrier there.
He was a half-second faster than his teammate ahead of him on the last lap. Might see some interesting action towards the end of this race. They got another 4 laps to go after this one.
I think this is a big statement race for the number 8 Sim Pit Falcon, Marty Carroll. He came in this thing, had a phenomenal start, and ever since he has just done everything in his power. Now, of course, he's going to have a teammate coming up on him real soon, because that green Sim Pit car is going to get to earned one, man.
Yeah, Marty was doing such a great job keeping Curtis Chipway behind him. He and Curtis having that big battle. But I think when Marlon came up and came through, Marlon had quite a bit of speed. And I don't really think Marty had any intentions on holding Marlon up. But he was also in such a big battle with Curtis that kind of played into a lot of it. I think in Marlon getting by, I think that kind of opened the door a little bit for Curtis.
It did, and right now it is official. We got a battle for 5th place, guys, as Chad Chastain has come to the party. There is another battle on our hands starting to develop behind those two with Vale Riches and Michael Cracknell. Vale, of course, started 7th. He's back in 8th right now. Or did he start in 8th? I can't even remember now. He started in 8th.
Vale was 8th, yeah. And he's right where he started, basically.
He is equal for the day. No
oh,
plus,
here we go.
no
The Sim
minus.
Pit guys, bumper to bumper.
Yeah, they are officially going battle for battle here, and it ought to be fun. 2 teammates going at it. You got the Aussie and Marty Carroll and the American in Chad Chastain, and these guys are good buddies, good teammates, and they're going to have a good time here. You know, look at the battle behind them. They got cars going at it behind them right now, as Cracknell is really trying to hold off Vale Riches at the moment.
I'm hearing from one of the TTR guys that I don't think this is over between Corey and Marlon, though. Apparently, as they're getting bumper to bumper too. Apparently, before the race, though, Marlon was quoted as saying, "I'm grumpy," or "I'm cranky." Sorry, so this might not be over between these two.
Well,
and he is right there.
He is right there with Corey Preston, guys. We're starting lap 22 of 24. So we have 2 full laps left in this bad boy.
Chad Chastain, Marty Carroll side by side coming out of the last hairpin. Sorry about that.
No, quite all right, man. Catch the action while it happens.
I would say I'd expect this to be a clean fight, but nothing's taken for granted here.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a clean one. These two, like I said, they're good buddies. They're quite content having some fun here.
Oh, apparently, also hearing that apparently Corey's brakes are dragging, and that's why, as Chad's side by side with Marty, Corey's having car trouble, looks like.
Yeah, I'm watching this battle. I'm not going to take my eyes off of the Corey Preston and Marlon McMullen battle, as this is the battle for 2nd place. And
sorry about that. Chad has gotten around Marty. It was nice and clean. I believe they were probably talking to each other. Said, "Hey, I'm going to take you now."
All right, now that we got that battle over, let's get focused on this battle for 2nd place, guys. Marlon McMullen has worked his tail to get up here all race long, and now the time has come. And we're only 2 laps left from this. Now, this is a statement from early in the race. Now going to go around the hairpin. The inside goes to the Grip TV Holden. And the Ford Falcon of Corey Preston able to hold him off for now. Let's see what happens here. It's going to be another shot here on the inside from the Grip TV Holden. He's going to hug the inside of the hairpin. They're going to drag to the start-finish line. There is 2 to go. And here it is. Corey Preston able to hold him for now, but going down into turn 1, it looks like it is going to be Marlon McMullen. Here they come. And Corey able to barely hang on for now. Don't take your eyes off this battle for P2, boys.
This could very easily end in tears for both of them. I just have to say.
You got to think.
Could.
There's got to be a little animosity.
I would be thinking right now, if I was Corey, you know what, a 3rd place sounds pretty darn good. I think I think third place is good, because he knows it wasn't his fault, that turn one incident. He knows it was a racing deal, but he's still got to know that Marlin's come up clear from the back to catch him.
And he also has to know that Marlin's fired up.
Well,
Marlin immediately said it right away.
He has to say, I've seen this guy before. He went away, and he's back. And he's going to get him, I believe, guys. It is clear it's going to happen, as it is just inevitable. Marlin is waiting for the right time.
Marlin's been really good on the brakes into the hairpin here. I think here or the next hairpin, I think you're going to see it side by side.
Oh, I know you are. It's going to happen in just a moment. And here he's going to look for the outside.
Well,
and
yeah,
I see the switcheroo. A little bit of contact.
That was almost like that bump and run that we was talking about the other day.
Blocking right there. That's a little unfair there, Corey. You should know better.
Oh, and there's going to be a hit. Almost sent the Apexy Ford Falcon around. They're going to drag race down toward turn one. We're on the final lap. The white flag is out. Sean Kelly leads the way, but the battle for two is what is on everybody's mind, and it takes us back to the start of the race. That first incident, and now Corey Preston seems to be doing everything in his power to make sure he doesn't get back in third. Let's see if Marlin can make a clean pass. It's going to be very tough with the way that this thing's going right now, guys.
I got to say that I think that contact there was Marlin saying, hey, I'm not going to take your blocking, because that really was some pretty blatant blocking there. I'm pretty sure Corey has to know by now that Marlin's not going to back off.
Well, they got to be careful or they both could be out of this podium. So they got to be smart. You've got to be smart. I know they've had a very heated race. Marlin's worked very hard to get up here. Corey's worked hard to be up here. So something's got to give, and it's going to happen on this lap. And right now, they're heading through the S-curve. Of course, Corey
has pulled a little bit of a gap here.
Sean Kelly through the first hairpin, guys, so only one more hairpin to go, and it is going to be a big day for the TTR Holden. Congratulations is in store for the number 3 TTR Holden. Congrats to Sean Kelly on taking Donington. Corey Preston will take second place, and Marlon McMullen will take third. A phenomenal comeback from the number 10 car of the number 2 car of Marlon McMullen. Fantastic job for him to come all the way back, guys, from last place for a podium finish at Donington. Let's see what happens here.
I got to say, I have to hand it to Marlon. He showed a lot of maturity there. He knew he got blocked by Corey. He didn't let it get the better of him. He still drove cleanly at the end. That was a good finish for him, especially from coming all the way from the back.
Oh, it's phenomenal. But right now, I got to take my hat off to this number 3 car. Sean Kelly put on a noteworthy performance. And with the side story of the beginning of the race, this guy right here never looked back. He had a phenomenal race, and Sean Kelly has put himself in victory lane today. What a win from Sean.
You can't argue that. Sean had a great drive. Yeah, he had to battle.
He needed to.
Yeah, he had to battle with Corey there for a little bit, but he got around him and even pulled away. He definitely showed that there's a good reason why Sean Kelly was the winner of this race.
All right, boys, let's take a look at that final rundown. It's Sean Kelly, of course. We mentioned in the TTR, the Trans-Tasmanian Racing Holden in victory lane. He wins this one. And Corey Preston will take second place in the Apexy Ford. Back in third, it's Marlon McMullen in the Grip TV Nation. Holden and Curtis Chipaway, what a job from him. Another Grip TV Holden going to take fourth place. Fifth is going to belong to Chad Chastain in the Sim Pit Racing Ford Falcon. A great race from Chad. He came back from a little bit of a bump there as well. Marty Carroll, a great day for him. He'll take sixth in the race in his Sim Pit Ford. Michael Cracknell, the other Sim Pit racer, he'll come in his Holden. And what a race. You had 5, 6, and 7 from SDC. Vale Riches started 8th, ended 8th. Guys in the Tyrula Buy Tires Online Ford, Vale. Holden Commodore there. Dale Niche will come across. You know, he's the old teammate there. He's got the same Apexy Ford, or he's got the Holden. I love when these teams split the Fords and the Holdens. It shows how much they care. But he comes across 9th. How about Michael Healy, boys? He started 10th in the TTR Ford. He'll finish there as well. Good run from him. Sanjan Dalalik in the S Serenity Sim Racing Holden. A great day for him. He started in 11th, and he finished there as well. Caleb Jordan, what a race from him. He started back in 16th, and he worked hard in the Kimmy's Rural Fencing Holden. He finished 12th. He worked up 4 spots from the start. And check this out, guys. Greg Sharp, a guy we didn't really talk about much in the Way of Life Holden. He'll finish in 13th. That's where he started. And Luis Gonzaga Filo in the Gray Monkeys team, or Crazy Monkeys team, pardon me there, guys. He'll finish 14th, 15th. Went to Kevin Bualasa in the SP Tools Machine. Matthew Trotman to finish 16th, 7 laps down. Unfortunately, didn't finish the race. And, of course, remember the early race dramas from Bo Cattell. Ended his day way too early, and unfortunately, 17th for him. What a day of racing here, boys, at Donington in Week 2 of the V8 Supercar America season.
Yeah, season 2 definitely living up to all the hype that we figured it would have coming into this season, and it is, man, it's been exciting so far. I can't wait an entire another week for another race.
Yeah,
Can't we hold these things like every other day?
I know Corey and Marlon have had their run-ins before. I'm not sure this is going to be over between them.
Yeah, I have to agree with Jim there. This is definitely going to be a developing storyline as the season continues. And this time, if I have to put my foot in the right place, I mean, it's just rubbing racing sometimes. And things like this happen out there. So, you know, it's what's fun. It's racing, and we have a good time. But, guys, it's time. Let's do it. It's post-race time, or post-race show action. Let's bring in Sean Kelly, our winner today. Sean, welcome to the post-race show, buddy. Congratulations on the victory, man.
Cheers, JD Kane. How are we? How are you guys?
Doing good, and man, Sean, it's always a pleasure to get a chance to talk to you and to see you race. And what a performance out there, Donington. You go out there, there's all kind of action all over the track, man. It was just very intense race from the drop of the green flag, and in 24 laps, you were in the P1, and that's how it ended, man. That's an awesome race and a well-deserved win.
Yeah, cheers. I hopped on last night. After an hour, done some practice. Then I started going into qualifying mode, and I felt like I was half a second off where I needed to be. So I woke up this morning not feeling very confident at all. But yeah, got in, got my optimums down, and didn't. My first qualifying lap, I hit the pit limit on the straight, so then I was just trying to bank one and managed to get one down in third, and then all was chaos from the start. And after a couple of laps, I realised there's just Corey in front of me, and we're already gapping the guys behind me. So Corey had pretty good pace. So I just felt like 20 laps to get the job done. So Corey had great pace though, but so I just sort of looked after things and came out on top, which is pretty good. And I haven't had much time to do a lot of preparation, so I haven't been doing setups. So I was running the same setup from last week, which is Bo Cubis's set from the forum, which you use at most sports. So got the job done. So it just goes to show.
Boy, it really does, man. It was a fantastic run. And I tell you what, buddy, it's so, like I said, it's just good to see you in the Americas and in victory lane. It reminds me of your championship season. And I just hope you keep it up, buddy.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Always, enjoyed that season. I've been trying to get back. I managed to do like one race each season, I think, in between that. And it's good to be back, and I'm trying to be here for this whole season. That's definitely my goal, and I'm pretty sure I will be. So, it's looking to be a good one. And thanks to you guys, because you guys really make it.
Oh, absolutely, man. We love to be here. And, it's so fun, man. Loving the new qualifying right before the race. It adds a whole new level to the broadcast and just to the series as a whole. So much excitement. And, man, like I said, congratulations, buddy. We look for you to do well next week as well. And, like I said, man, I really hope you make all the races.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, qualifying 2 races in, it's already proven to be fairly good, even though that one is a little bit chaotic, but that's Donington, I think. So, yeah, going to be an awesome season ahead. Cheers, guys.
Absolutely, buddy. Guys, that is Sean Kelly, driver of the TTR Holden, and a phenomenal run from him today. Congratulations. You heard that. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the guy that came across today in second. Let's have a word with Corey Preston. Corey, welcome to the post-race interview. How are you, sir?
I am great. Thank you, JD.
Oh, man, tell me about that run out there at Donington today, man. Lots of speed.
Yeah, the car had awesome speed today. I mean, everything except lap 1 went right for me. I managed to go side by side with Marlon down the Craners, and yeah, on the right turn, on that left turn, just to get ready for that next right. I thought I was holding in a pretty straight line, and it looks as though he started to turn across my nose, but I
don't think it was your fault, Corey. We watched it back on the broadcast as well. I think the track I think he had to kind of turn out just a little bit to make the turn, and as he did, he come across your nose and spun him out. It didn't look like it was anything you did in particular that caused that incident.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty good, I guess, to hear from a commentator. But yeah, I had awesome pace in those early laps, pulling 30.5s and 30.6s, and I had Sean behind me, and he was catching me, and then every lap without fail out of that first hairpin, I'll just pluck her in first, give it some gentle, and I won't say what Scotty did, but I'd certainly pulled away from Sean.
Yeah, I was using a tyre mark on the road as my braking marker, which was not ideal. I could never see it every time I went in. Sorry, carry on.
It happened to work.
But yeah, just one lap, just one of those laps, about lap 12 or something, halfway through the race down at Craners, I just cut that long sweep and left-handed down the hill just that little too fine. My left front wheel or left rear wheel must have touched the back side of the curb, and they say you've cut the course. Slow down and give up time gain. I was swearing, I was cursing, I was like, and I was trying to reel in Sean again, and then I just overcooked the front tyres, and then Marlon was, shall we say, aggressive at the end of the race. I mean, giving me heaps of wax in the old rear bumper bar there, doing the old Paul Morris trick.
As you watch it back, you'll see that he was trying to get around you pretty good. He definitely had a lot of pace and once he got, he had passed 14, 15 cars to get up there to your back bumper. So he definitely had a lot of pace coming up there, and he was definitely wasn't by you. So you managed to come out on top and come home with a second place victory. So pretty good drive today, Corey. You got to be pretty happy with that one.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, lap 1 wasn't intentional, but yeah, I mean, I just tried to drive defensive in those last couple of laps. I mean, I knew my car was strong off the corner, so I'd try slow up mid corner, so I could always get the good run, and yeah, that happened, and I'll take second. So yeah, it was a pretty good race, bar lap 1.
Fantastic, Corey. Well, great run, buddy, and thank you very much. And that's Corey, everybody. Congratulations on P2, my man.
Thanks.
All right, guys, let's have a word with another guy at a phenomenal race today. Let's talk with Marty Carroll. Marty, what's up, brother?
I'm in here a bit early, don't you think?
Yeah,
I
I
used
think.
to being in here early.
I know, man. I had to go on and drag you down, man. What a great run out there. I thought you had a phenomenal run, man. I love saying that, and it's true. You had a really good run. It was really fun watching you hold off Curtis for a long time, And at the end, he got you. But, man, you did a wonderful job of running up there in third. And what a start. Tell me about that start, man.
Oh, the start was just unbelievable. I just slid off that clutch and it just hooked up. It was like I was just in Star Trek and they hit the warp speed, and the next thing I know, I'm getting squeezed in between Marlon and Corey up front there. And unfortunately, Chad got into me coming through one there, and it sort of just upset the back of my car enough to sort of not quite know what I had underneath me for that opening lap or two. And but once I got it settled down, that was unbelievable racing with Curtis all race long. That was brilliant. Marlon, Jesus, he got into a bit of trouble early there, but coming back through the pack, sort of, he had the red eyes on, and he was just a little bit more aggressive than Curtis, so he made room to get through. Which was good. Fantastic race by Sean out front. Corey, he did an awesome job putting it on the front row and holding off Sean for quite a while there out front. So, no, all in all, it was a real exciting race. Chad got me there at the end after recovering from his mistake and put a fantastic move on me, and well-deserved top 5 for him. But yeah, no, the old SDC Simpit Falcons went pretty good today. So yeah, pretty happy for the team as overall.
Man, the plug there, Marty.
All right, buddy, you deserved it this week.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Well, like I said, congratulations again on a great run, Marty.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks very much, guys. And big shout out to Curtis once again. Last week it was Marlon, 38 laps. This week it was Curtis. Fantastic guys to race with, and loved every second of it.
Oh, that's awesome. Speaking of Marlon, I'm going to go ahead and bring him in and his awesome run. Marlon, welcome to the post-race report here, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. A little bit shattered, but what can you do?
Well, don't be too shattered, man. That was about one of the most incredible runs I think I've ever seen you run. I think it was a better run than if you had won this race. I really do. It said a lot about just how good you are at this track. And seeing you literally fall to last place, literally thought maybe you were even out of the race for a quick second, and you get back on, you work your way up through 15 cars, and or 14, 15, something like that. It's just amazing what you did right there. Yeah, you worked your way up through literally 16 cars, 15, and just unbelievable run, man. Tell me about the day, man. Tell me about the race.
Yeah, thanks for that. I mean, it's reminiscent of what happened to me a couple of seasons ago at Oran Park, where I sort of got flown off the track and then came back, and I think I finished third. So, I know I can do those things. It's just I don't like doing those things, but you can never plan for a good race. So, but when those things happen, like I had a terrible start. I thought I was going to get a black flag. I actually jumped the start and I grabbed the clutch again just in time, and got away really slow. So that's what caused everyone just to sort of shuffle up in the turn one. So got out of that quite fine, and then going down the hill with Corey. I'm not too sure what happened. I'm not going to say anything yet, but just felt like I came off a bit worse than what I should have. I mean, I left a lot of room there, so not nice to be gyrating straight into the wall at about 200 something kilometers an hour. So I was lucky, to pluck her back in the first and keep it off the wall and flicked her around. And from there on, I said to Curtis, man, I am not in the mood. I'm on a mission from God, pretty much like the Blues Brothers movie. So they put their head down, bums up, and started picking them off one by one. And at some corners, I was picking them off, I think 2 cars in one corner, and I know a lot of people are probably not happy about that, but I just saw a gap, so I had to go for it, and just kept going and going, and slowly realised, next thing I'm up in third, and I'm like, well, let's see if I can catch the perpetrator. Who made me do all this work. So I tried, to catch him and got right along his bumper, and I wasn't holding back that race. I was gonna let him know, give him a piece of my mind, but there's no point to do anything silly and ruin both our races. So I just thought it better of it at the end, and I'm happy to finish third. It's better than finishing last, so it's a long season. So come back fighting for Monza.
That's right. It's an amazing run, and I tell you what, when you go back and watch the early race incident there with you and Corey, I think you'll realize that was that's just a good. I mean, it's just a good racing incident. That stuff happens. I mean, just watch it again. I don't think that it was either driver's fault on that one. That's two guys racing for the lead off the beginning of the race, and it just watch it. I think you'll
Yeah,
see
it did
what
seem
we're
like there
talking
was some
about.
room there for you. It seemed like there was room there for you on the inside. He was holding a pretty good line, but I think the track might have curved a little bit, and you had to turn to kind of follow the track, and you ended up kind of turning across the nose. Of course, I only seen it the one time. A person could probably dissect it a little better. It just looked like it was kind of a racing deal. I don't necessarily think that it was anything intentional from Corey or anything, but it definitely made for one heck of an awesome race. It was a lot of fun watching you come through the field. I think I'm going to pay somebody $20 to do it to you next week so we can watch it at Monza. Just
I
kidding.
don't plan on doing any more of those drives. I think a lot of people felt my frustrations throughout the field today. So I'm glad some people like it understood. So I'm really thank you to like Marty. I think he was one of them, and Curtis as well. He just sort of didn't want to bother. So thank you to those guys.
Yeah, no, it was a fantastic run, man. And Marlon, that's the kind of fire you got to have out there. And but keep the positive, man. You got a podium at Donington after a fantastic run. Of course, congrats on the pole here. And you showed that you had the pace to definitely win this race. It's just not the way that the cookie crumbled for you today, man. It wasn't in the cards. And now we'll pack it up and head out to Monza for the very first time. You could win the very first America's race out at Monza, and that would be amazing. So best of luck to you next week, pal.
Yeah, thanks guys. You know, obviously Italian background, so a bit of Firenze in there. You know, a bit of fire in me. So we'll see how we go. So I can't wait to next week.
There you go, man. There it is. Marlon McMullen, everybody.
Yes, thanks for that.
All right, man. Here, let's bring in the teammate here, Mr. Curtis Chipaway. A fantastic run. Kurt, how you doing?
I'm doing good, JD. How about yourself?
Man, we're doing good. Intense run from everybody out there. Tell me about how it was from the Grip TV machine there, man. What was it like from your window?
Oh, it was definitely nerve-wracking those first 5-10 laps. It was pretty hectic with the traffic there. Chad going off right in front of me, I think like lap 6 or so. Almost hit him.
That was wild, and he did a really good job of keeping that thing in the race. I mean, that could have ended his day. I don't know how he softened the blow to the side of the car, but he found a way to do it, and it was just an awesome race all the way around. Very entertaining. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this broadcast. It was full of action.
I bet. Only from my seat, it was filled with action in the entire race. I can't imagine the rest of the cars.
Oh yeah, it was full of it, man. Well, we're gonna head out to Monza next week, or for the very first time. What are we looking for from you out there, buddy?
I'm hoping to just finish that race. I've never been good with those chicanes, so definitely nervous going into Monza there.
It's gonna be kind of like an old Zolder, if you think about it. You got, the chicanes and straightaways, but it's definitely got more straightaways.
Yeah, Zolder. I don't think the chicanes in Monza are as bad as the one in Zolder, though, so it should be a little easier than that.
Yeah.
Zolder send you flying.
Yeah, it will. But I tell you what, man, congratulations. A great run today. You worked really hard to get up there, and just an awesome finish out of the race today. I thought you put in a really good, consistent race.
Yeah, I'm happy to get the Grip TV machine in 4th place this week. I'm quite happy I didn't crash it.
Yeah, man, that was like I said, a really impressive run from you and of course Marlon. Both cars ended up 3-4. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm especially happy with you, Marlon. Just a quick shout out to him. That was a great run from him.
Oh,
really proud of that.
It was unbelievable. I mean, that's what I told him. I said, to be honest with you, I think he's gonna look back on this race, and that broadcast is something he's gonna enjoy, because it literally was watching him work his way through the entire field, and it's just something you would think nobody would ever be able to do, and he did it. It was phenomenal, so fun to watch, extremely entertaining. And he showed he had the pace that he could have won that race.
Yeah, when he caught up to me, I'm just yelling in TeamSpeak, just go past me.
Well, take care, buddy, and we wish you the best of luck next week. And I already can't wait, man. Is it Friday already?
Yeah, I'm excited too.
All right, man. We got some more guys to get catch a word with. So next, I'm going to bring in Chad Chastain, a guy we just got through talking about. Chad, welcome to the Post Race Show, pal. How are you?
I'm all right, JD. How you doing?
Man, doing good. And we've had some fun in here. I'm going to go ahead and drag some other guys in here so they can hear this. What a race, man. Tell me about it. Tell me about that run out there, Chad. You had first of all, before we even talk about the race, how about just tell me how you kept the car in the race when you went off the road there and you kissed the tire barrier. You could have nailed it and put the car out of the race, but somehow you kept it off the wall from hitting too hard. Just a little soft love tap.
Well, I guess I've had a lot of experience doing that. Once I saw that I was in the grass, and that's not a lie. I've had a lot of experience doing it. Just basically tried to get the car's angle to where it wouldn't be very acute to the wall, and hopefully do a nice parallel kiss to it. And I got lucky and was able to kind of arc the car and take that just the most, the brutal edge of the impact off, and took it on both tires, and that kind of bounced me, pointed right at the track, and just got back. It was a challenging race. I mean, I was fighting a headwind the whole way, and I hope I didn't make any enemies. It was a little rough for me. I don't know. I have to go back and watch the replay and just see how beat up the car was. I guess all in all, a fifth place is a win.
It is. It really is. You're in the top split, finish in the top 5, and you had your own little mini Marlin race. Marlin worked his way through the field. You had to do kind of the same thing. You fell back to 9th or 8th, I believe, and then had in a short amount of time was able to come up and grab 5th. It was absolutely exciting to watch, and the Sim Pit Falcon looked fantastic, man. That USA flag was was hauling booty through the traffic.
Yeah, it's really difficult to pass here. Had great pace, just could never get a clear track. Going into the chicane on lap 1, I was kind of caught out by Sean's braking point. He was probably braking for Corey there in the lead, and rather than get into him, I just kind of yanked the wheel, and that got me the off track, and that was kind of the beginning of the struggle. But every time I got a little bit of clear track, I was able to run pace. I think I turned my fast lap on lap 20. So again, 5th place is a win today.
Sounds wonderful, man. And like I said, pleasure talking to you. And I can't wait to see how you run at Monza. I think it's a track that's going to benefit you.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to maybe go turn a lap now on the track. I own it now.
That's right. I haven't even been there yet. I'm fixing to go turn a lap just to see it. But yeah, man, look for you. Awesome result from you next week, man. Best of luck to you. And it's always a pleasure. Let's have a word now with another guy we've been waiting to talk to, Mr. Michael Cracknell. What's up, brother?
Hey guys, how you going? Excuse me for my voice. I'm a bit under the weather today, but that was a good race.
Man, it really was. We watched all 3 Sim Pit cars finish in 5th, 6th, and 7th. It was a really, really fun race for you guys. Or, yeah, 5th, 6th, and 7th. And just tell me about the run, man. Tell me about your excitement. It was a big race. You started 9th and had your ups and downs in the race, but overall a pretty good race, man.
Yeah, I was fairly happy with it. I got off to a good start and got past Val into sort of out of turn 1, and it was probably the hardest race I've done because he pressured me the whole way. He just relentless, but I was able to hold off. But he did a good job, and Marlon was coming through the field as well as Chad, so I knew those guys were a bit quicker, so I didn't make it too hard, although Val got into me into the hairpin. I think they let Marlon pass both of us, so it was a bit of a gift for him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was exciting as can be, and there was so much action going on. And that was the thing, is how do you stay focused when there's so much going on around you out there?
Oh, you just do what you got to do and hit apexes, try hit apexes, and not run wide anywhere. The concentration was immense today. I got to also thank Marty Carroll for giving me a half hour crash course on how to drive Donington, because before this morning I had no clue on how to get around quick.
Yeah, I mean, it was just some guys said they didn't have much time to put in here, and they just drove an outstanding race. And that's why I said I'm excited to see what you guys are going to do next week at Monza, our first ever America's race at Monza. And I am stoked.
And Marty's such a good teacher, so I can see how you got it figured out in half an hour. Because when Marty's teaching you how to do something, it just don't take too long. He knows what he's doing when it comes to teaching somebody how to get around a track fast.
No, that's it. Like, I mean, the advice he gave me on how to get around some of the corners and the way to roll a car, it gave me a good half a second a lap today. That's how big a difference it was. Like, I would have been back in the pack for sure.
Oh man, yeah, he makes a big difference. He got me to where I can complete a lap, so that's big news there, man. Forget the half a second. I can complete a lap now. I used to couldn't even keep the V8 on the track, man. He had quite a task with me, but a great run, Michael. And look forward to, like I said, seeing you next week at Monza. You had a really good season last year, and I'm looking forward for you to continue it this year. It's already been a great start for you, and I hope it continues, buddy.
Yeah, cheers, guys. I'm looking forward to next week, and hopefully I've kind of got my voice back by then too.
Yeah, man, get better. Get well soon.
Cheers, guys.
Absolutely, buddy, and everybody. That is Michael Cracknell. Awesome, fantastic performance. Let's talk to a good friend of ours, and I'm so happy he's here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Graham Filand, a.k.a. Bones. What's up, brother?
G'day, JD Kane. How you going, boys?
Man, it is awesome day. Awesome. I wish we had two of those. I want to go do it again.
It sounds like you shouldn't have any voice left after all the action in that race.
About don't, and you'll hear me. I did quite a bit of hollering in that one.
I'm looking forward. Yeah, looking forward to watching the replay of that one. I think.
Oh man, it's I can't wait. It's going to be one that I'm watching when I go to bed here shortly. I'm going to be watching it back. Quite impressive. Tell me a little bit about your race tonight and what happened around there.
My race was pretty ordinary. I think I might have to book a tutoring lesson with Marty about this track. It's the first time I raced at it. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's only the second time that we've been to Donington, I believe, in the Americas. So that's quite understandable.
Yeah, I ended up didn't get a good qualifying lap and put me back in ninth in the second split. So I worked my way up a bit, and then a couple of cut penalties on the first lap, which you nearly got to pull over for, put me right at the back, and then worked my way back up to seventh, which wasn't too bad. Had a pretty good battle, but I can give you the rundown on the race. We had Rory Windrum had his first V8 Supercar win.
That's right. After 3 months.
Quite happy about that. Yeah,
that's awesome.
After 3 months of driving in the V8 Supercars, Rory brings it home in the #1 spot, and that I love hearing about the driver's very first win. So hopefully he saved the replay, so he'll have that in the archives.
Yeah, congratulations, Rory. A good win. He won by a second, just over a second to Matthew Ross Munro. Mark Peter Dean was in third, Victor Tanker, and Ryan Sheldon in fifth. That's the top five. I was in fifth until the last couple of laps, so I got a bit loose. The boys got past me, and then I just couldn't catch them again. Good race with Ryan and Isaac. I had towards the end there. Righto. Yeah, righto. We had Ryan in fifth. That was the top five. Then we had Isaac De Figueredo. He was in sixth. Then I got seventh. Monty Small, Mark Docteur, and Anthony Minnie, Troy Eddy, Alexander Herbert, Keith Wheeler, Jay Warren, Tim Briggs, Tony Klusterman. He had a bit of trouble early on. He started up fairly high. I think in eighth or something, and he must have had some problems. And I see him going to the back there. And then Jake Blackwell got disconnected. So
Man,
Yeah, there's a few
outstanding.
cut penalties in there that, yeah, there's a few guys, like when you get a cut penalty on the first lap, you've virtually got to pull over. But I've seen a couple of guys getting cut penalties and they must have thought they had to pull over and that, and they were nearly pulling over, third or fourth lap. But yeah.
Well, what an outstanding, sound like a good race up there. And I'm so proud of Rory, man. That, like Kane said, it's always exciting when you hear of anybody getting their first win in the V8. I dream of getting mine one day. So it's really exciting.
It is a big thing. When you get one, you're just so over the moon. So, yeah, good on you, Rory. Well done, boys.
I just went through all that and the microphone was muted, so ain't that just how my luck goes. So I'm going to run through split 3 again real quick, guys, because the microphone was muted there. I know everybody's seen it on screen, but Tyler Williams was on first, Zach Shaler in second, Lachlan Gazane in third, Brandon Crow in fourth, Jared Sheets in fifth, Michael Lareya in sixth, Mark Gamick in 7th, Daniel Acklin finished 8th, Dale Green finished 9th, Tony Lynch rounded out the top 10 in the 3rd split.
Fantastic.
You guys had to hear it twice, but people at home only got to hear it one time.
That's all right, man. That's awesome stuff, and I wish everybody out there in the 3rd splits the best of luck. Keep working at it, guys. You'll be up here in the broadcast in no time.
It's definitely been an exciting couple races, JD. Last night, the guys, of course, did their Thursday night America's race. And a special guest to the V8 Supercar America's Series last night. I don't know how many people noticed, but I was trying to find the picture of the top 10 I had from yesterday. It gets
Parker
lost in all
Kligerman.
this. Yeah, Parker Kligerman showed up for the race yesterday. There it is. Marlon won yesterday's race. Curtis was in second, but the special guest there finished 10th, made his way up from I think an 18th starting spot or so into the top 10 position. Parker Kligerman
Fantastic.
had a pretty good race. His fastest lap 132.8, so pretty off pace for these America's guys. Our guys were running in the 30s, some of them in the 31s, but as we all know, the V8 Supercar is tough to get the hang of, and for him to come in here, not being a regular, jump in the car, and get a 10th place finish, that's pretty awesome.
Oh, it is, man. And anytime you get these pro real-world drivers coming in iRacing, it's a privilege. And he had some great coverage for iRacing and in the press.
Yeah, he did. See if I can bring it up here. Maybe I still have it. I had it. Here we go. I do still have it. I'll just show it. He did a deal for NBC where he drove the simulator at Martinsville, and I think I'll just go ahead and show that to everybody, just because it was that cool. Find me I have to copy that screen, and then I'll bring it over onto our screen like that, and then I'll push the play button, and we'll just watch it together.
Sounds awesome. Just tell
I'm here in
me
the
when to
NBC
hush.
iRacing Simulator at Martinsville Speedway.
Yeah, I'm excited.
One of the
to see
slowest,
that.
tightest, but roughest racetracks on the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series calendar. Some people can't even make it a full lap in this race. To show you 3 reasons that make it so tough for the driver, we're hot here in the simulator. Here we are coming off turn 4 at Martinsville Speedway. As we head down to turn 1, we're going to brake very hard and slowly get off the brake, roll the car to the center, and as we get to the middle, we see that bright yellow curve. That can really affect your day here at Martinsville Speedway, and especially an individual lap. As you come down here in the 3-4, it's going to jet out, and you're going to cut across it and really affect the race car when you touch it. You do not want to do that during the race. As we come down here into turn 1, we're going to do something that guys like Denny Hamlin, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon do very well, and that's diving this corner to get a run on the car in front of them and get the car hooked up, come down into 3, and out-brake them down here into this corner. That's how you get a pass down here. It's a 2-corner pass most of the time. That's the most effective way to make it happen. As we come down here into 1, we've now got that guy right on our bumper. He might move us, we slide up a little bit, and now we're on the outside. You don't want to be here. It's just very hard to get the rear tires to connect. You're really abusing the right rear tire right out here. You're abusing your brakes. Right front, you can see he shoves us up the racetrack, not allowing us to get back to throttle. He gets a position, we fall backwards. And those are 3 reasons this racetrack can be so challenging for the drivers come race day.
And there it was. Parker Kligerman in the iRacing simulator at Martinsville, in the NBC studio. But
yeah, that's fantastic, guys. That's fantastic for iRacing. That's fantastic for NASCAR. That's fantastic for Parker Kligerman. That is an amazing promo. I want to see more like that. He really explained how to get the passes done well at Martinsville and showed how the simulator helped him prepare for the real-world race this weekend.
Yeah, it really does. It shows, just that little clip shows how these drivers can get a lot more practice in than the on-track practice that they can only get just a little. It's so limited there at the track itself, but the drivers can get more practice than just that time in the actual car.
Oh, it's amazing, man. It's just something we've seen. We've seen guys go from iRacing to the real world, and we've seen real world drivers come down and use iRacing. So the 2 worlds continue to grow closer and closer, and that makes me excited, buddy.
It's definitely an exciting time to be a member of iRacing.com because, as we just seen a couple weeks ago, they're still working hard, making changes. We're going to see some big changes to the user interface coming soon, probably within the next couple builds, and it's going to change a lot of things. So they're still working hard on DirectX 11, and that's going to make some big changes. But just the changes that we see continuing in the car. This release had substantial suspension changes, and Jim noticed tonight that the damage model that these guys were able to beat and bang on each other pretty hard throughout the race tonight, and a lot of these cars came home missing parts because they had such a rough race, but none of them were forced to pit for having too much damage, and it's getting to be a pretty realistic damage model even.
Oh, it really is, and it's, like I said, continues to get better and better. It makes you wonder where iRacing will be a couple years from now. Truly exciting. It's an amazing time to be a member, like you said, and you're not going to want to miss next week. I know, guys, we're going to have to cut the post-race show a little bit shorter than normal, but I thank you all so much for coming out tonight to the show. Does anybody have anything they want to throw out there before we shut the door on week 2? I'll take that as a no. And what an awesome week. Congratulations is in store again for Sean Kelly. A remarkable race from him tonight. And I tell you what, a really incredible run from Marlon McMullen. And that was just so impressive. Also, yeah, Corey Preston put down an awesome race as well. Do what, Kane?
Yeah, Corey Preston put down an awesome race as well, and Sean Kelly as well, bringing it home in that #1 spot. It was just Another great race. Both races so far in this season have just been packed with action, and I can't imagine next week being any different.
Nope, first time ever we'll be at Monza, and you're not going to want to miss it. So, from V8's Online, let me do that before we head out. Let me do something for you guys. There's two things I need to tell you about real quick. Number one, we just released episode 4 of All Jacked Up, guys. You need to go check it out before the race this weekend. Get all the know-how on the upcoming race. We go back and take a quick look at Fontana from last weekend. We look at some of the things in the news this week. And we take a sneak preview of Martinsville. Also, special guest John Ryan joins us, one of the pit crew members there. And he's heading down to Martinsville already. He's probably on his way down there as we speak, getting ready for the race this weekend. But, guys, go check it out. It is www.alljackedupradio.com. That's www.alljackedupradio.com. And you can listen to the podcast or / radio show right there from the website. You can also listen to the radio show by going over to iTunes. We are now on iTunes, guys, and you can go and just search All Jacked Up. And it's actually a quick search now. It's been hit enough times where it's a quick search, so you can get to it right away. All we ask is that you guys subscribe and give it a listen every now and again. I think you'll really enjoy it. Also, you really could help us out by going over to facebook.com/all jacked up and liking and subscribing and sharing our post. It really goes a long way. We just found out we've had over 10,000 hits, guys. That is incredible for only a short amount of time that we've had this show. That is
that's actually 10,000 and some, I don't know the exact number, actually pulled the feed from the website. So that's actually 10,000 listens, 10,000 times that it's been listened to. So that's unbelievable.
That just, it makes me so happy to know that the show has had such an amazing start, and we know it's just going to continue to grow. So your support is truly, truly appreciated, more than you'll ever know. And like I said, the show does not have any fancy advertising or anything like that. It's all based on you guys, the listeners, and the support and appreciation that you show for the show. There's another way you can show appreciation for Kane and myself. We have been invited to go out to Australia to check out the Bathurst 1000. It's been a dream of mine and Kane's for a long, long time. And we have a wonderful website where you guys can go out there if you'd like to donate to the cause. And we're going to try to go out there and make a show of our trip as well. All you have to do is go over to www.bathurstorbust.com. Read all the stuff on the webpage. Kane built a beautiful site up there. It's an awesome FundMe site. And just go over there. And like I said, anything is appreciated. It goes a long way in helping us meet our goal to get over to Australia. And what an awesome... We'll be back. What an awesome way to help. But yeah, we'll be back next week, guys, for the Monza race, week 3 of the V8 Supercars Americas Series. You're not going to miss it right here on V8's Online. And if you can't get enough V8's Online action, guys, come check us out on Wednesday night for the NASCAR iRacing Series. We just got through with a really good race at Martinsville. It was about as exciting as the race we had tonight. Here, lots of things going on there, and tell you what, not going to want to miss next week. So, but we'll be here for Monza next Friday, and that is a 10:15 Eastern start time. And you guys have a wonderful night. From V8's Online, I'm JD Smith. Kane Kraft with me as well. Thanks to Jim Davey for stepping in for a little while tonight. And you guys have a great night. We'll be back next week.
Contact free. Close. Contact free. Contact. Look at back. Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.